Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Safrina Kadri from Feng Shui and Prosper.com. And just as the title of this video suggests, I will be talking about the Flying Star Feng Shui energy for August 2016. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with me, I've been a classical Feng Shui consultant for the past 8 years, the keyword meaning classical. And there's many different schools of Feng Shui, especially classical Feng Shui, but the one that I mainly use is called Flying Star Feng Shui. And the difference with that is that Flying Star Feng Shui, well, not the only one, but Flying Star Feng Shui puts a lot of emphasis on the time dimension. So just to give you guys a quick rundown here, for those of you who have been following me either on YouTube or on Facebook for a while now, you've probably heard this already, but just bear with me. I'm just going to do a quick, in a nutshell, kind of overview for those of you who are new to me and new to classical Feng Shui. So we all know that Feng Shui is the art of placement, but it really is more than just placing something. It is classically, it is the examination, like we really review the external environment as well as the internal environment and overlay that with the time dimension. So we actually know how to calculate, and we have calculations and formulas that can determine, okay, with the environment in this house, how is the energy going to be for the next 10 years? How is the energy for this year? How is the energy for this month? Um, Whoever's watching me live right now, feel free to say hi. Um, Apparently you can submit questions and I'll be able to see your questions and hopefully I can answer them as well on this live stream. Um, so with Flying Star Feng Shui, there's 3 different types of energies that I want to quickly run down with you guys, okay? So the first type of energy is, just bear with me, my writing on the board is not going to be great, but as long as you know what it is. So the first level energy is permanent energy, meaning what is the energy that is going to be the foundational energetic blueprint of your space, be it your home or your retail store or your office building. And this is actually, based on the way I am trained, is actually locked in by when you moved in, not by the construction year and not by the date of the first tenants moving into the space, okay? So that's the first level of energy. The second level of energy is the annual or yearly, right? Which is why those who have joined me in my 2016 webinar back in November of last year, I talked about the energy of 2016 of the year of the fire monkey and how will that bode for us, especially based on your permanent energy, right? Once you do the combination and once you do your feng shui placements with the consideration of both the permanent and the annual energy, be it for money or health or relationships, then your result will come to you much faster and better results as well. Now, what I'm going to be tackling on this video is actually the third level of energy, which is monthly. Let me put it in capital. Okay, so proper feng shui work needs to cover all 3. I know it's overwhelming, but the main reason why a lot of feng shui enthusiasts, especially the ones who do fast food feng shui, and I'm not going to go deep into that, the ones who do fast food feng shui, they don't get results because they hardly talk about these things, right? They don't talk about the permanent or the annual or even the monthly energy. I'd be surprised if they do. So so when I do a full consultation with my clients, when they get a very detailed report from me, right? Like pages and pages in the report. And we talk about all the 3 levels of energy. And they usually get really, really good results. If they follow my recommendations, they will get good results. Sometimes they get the report and they still don't do the placement. I'm not naming any names here if you guys are watching, if my clients are watching my video right now. But anyway, this really is the way Feng Shui was meant to be done. Okay, this is the way Feng Shui was meant to be practiced. So what is happening in August? I don't normally do monthly forecasts, but this month is a very important month. Important in a sense that people need to watch out, because if you don't, then because prevention is better than cure, right? You know, we're looking at mishaps and loss and accidents and illness. It still might happen, but if you do the feng shui placements properly, the idea is so that the severity of the affliction will be lessened, and it's not going to be as traumatic. So those of you who are familiar with Flying Star Feng Shui, you know it looks kind of like a Sudoku uh, grid, kind of, right? So what's happening for August and why do you need to watch out? Because for the year, which I'm going to do in purple, if you can see, the energy for the year, oh, actually, let me plot out the directions here. Okay, so you guys can see the directions, right? So in Flying Star Feng Shui, you will see numbers 1 till 9 plotted in 3 by 3 grids like this. And each of the numbers mean a certain thing, right? A certain type of energy it is held by these numbers. The ones, I'm not going to go over what 1 to 9 means, but the ones that we always watch out for is the 2 and the 5 and the 7, okay? So for the year, the 2 is here in the center, the 5 is in the northeast, and the 7 is in the north, okay? Meaning this year specifically, if your front door is in the northeast, you're likely experiencing, especially if you didn't remedy it, you're likely experiencing a very tough year so far, right? The good news is it is starting to get better, okay? And because the number 5 generally means loss, frustration, illness, and just breakages, right? Either marriage breakups or things just, not to say that you can't progress, but it'll feel like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of energy. And it gets very, very frustrating. The number 2 in the center is illness and stress. Okay, especially if this is a high traffic area, which for most places, the center is always high traffic, right? So the illness and stress gets activated there. The number 7 in the north means loss, jealousy, petty people, robbery or competition. And especially if you are in business or if you're in sales, then this is also a really bad energy, because then you will find like you're losing clients or customers to a different business, things like that, or even people suing you or things like that, right? So the number 7 for this is the one in purple, remember, is the year energy, okay? So what's happening in August, I'm going to try to use, let me see, do I have a different color here? Okay, I have blue. Okay, so the energy in August is this, okay? If you guys can see, I'm going to bring it closer here, okay? So remember, we are scared of 5, 2, and 7. And where are they for the month? Where's my red? So 5 is here, 7 is here. Where's the 2? 2 is here. So let's look at what's happening. Oh, actually, in this case, we're actually going to look at the number 8 as well. Even though technically, my red is running out, so I'm going to use orange. Technically, 8 is a good number, but in this combination, it's actually lethal. And you, well, I won't say lethal, but you can't activate it. Okay. So let's go through this one by one. Let's start with the center. So the combination of annual 2 with the monthly 5 is a combination that, as Flying Star Feng Shui practitioners, this is the one that we fear the most. Okay. So for the center, for everyone's center, it's going to be a very stressful month. People in the household are likely going to be very ill or very tired. And you're going to find, especially if you do like career or business, or let's say you have an exam, anything important, the results will not be as strong this month, because the center is weak. Okay. And how do you remedy that? Is a lot of metal. And if you know how to do a salt cure remedy, you can do that. Okay, but definitely a lot of metal, and I would keep it dark and quiet. Now, for the center, homes that are facing northeast and southwest, especially for period 8, meaning you moved into your home after 2004, if you're facing northeast and southwest, you need to be extra careful of the center, because it's going to be like a triple whammy for you. Because remember the 3 levels of energy, right? Permanent, annual, and monthly. Your permanent energy, if you're facing northeast and southwest, is already weak. The annual number 2 makes it weaker, and the monthly number 5 makes it even weaker. Okay, so just think about a body. When the heart is weak, then the whole body is weak. So the center is really, really very, very problematic this month. Okay. In the north, the 7 and the 1 is not so much. It's actually kind of balances each other out. The 4 and the 7 in the west, again, you can remedy it with a salt cure as well, or you can put more blues. That's fine. I want to talk about the northeast here, especially if you have your main door in the northeast. So what's happening here? Number 8, usually in Flying Star Feng Shui, number 8 is usually the most, especially now in period 8, it's the most prosperous energy. Why am I saying that you can't activate for the prosperity here in the northeast this month? Because if you know the 5 element theory, right? Meaning how the wood, water, metal, earth, and fire interact with each other. And if you know the numbers of all the elements, you know that number 8 and number 5, I'll just bring it closer here. Number 8 and number 5 are both earth elements. In this case, even though the prosperous number 8 flies into the northeast, when combined with the annual energy that is in the northeast, the number 8, in fact, being an earth element, in fact, strengthens the negativity of the number 5, which is also an earth element. So it's earth plus earth. Even though it's positive earth, like a more auspicious earth combining with a more negative earth, in the end, in the grand scheme of things, it's still a more negative earth element. In fact, the number 5 is strengthened this month in the northeast. So if you have your bedroom or your front door or your office or your kitchen in the northeast for this month, I would reduce usage as much as possible and place a lot of metal in there and nothing red. Scan the room. If there's anything red, I would take it out. Okay. And definitely a lot of metal there. The heavier, the better. So this is the reason why I want to give this heads up, because the center is a double whammy, triple whammy if you're facing northeast or southwest. And the northeast, which is the most afflicted this year, actually gets, in a roundabout way, actually gets a double whammy as well. Okay, so even this one, although to a certain degree I'm not as worried about, the number 2, which is generally illness and stress, which is also an earth element. 2, 5, and 8 are all three earth elements. So when a negative um, earth element visits a more prosperous earth element, it kind of combines each other too. So for the Southwest, my prediction is if you have an important room here, or if you have a front door here, is things will be a little bit like you'll get hiccups along the way, but generally you can still see fairly good progress here if your front door or your bedroom is here, right? So this is what this is basically how, when I do my written report for my feng shui consulting clients, I look at that. I look at their permanent energy, I look at their annual energy, and for the important places, important rooms, like the front door, the kitchen, and the bedroom, I look at the monthly energies too. So that's why my reports are really long, because I give them a heads up for the full year ahead. And now I'm starting to get clients who are coming back to me and getting prepared for 2017, in fact. So um, so hopefully I haven't overwhelmed you or scared you, but knowledge is power, right? So what do you do if your home or building is facing northeast and southwest? Then really take care of your center, right? Again, scan your center. Does it have any red or browns? I would take it away, right? And then put a lot of metal in its place at the very least for this month. You really needed it for the year, but if you didn't follow me early enough and get the heads up, then at the very least do it for this month. And for the northeast as well, if you have an important room there, I would also keep it quiet. Also put a lot of metal there, but I definitely keep it quiet, keep it dark. Okay, so that's all I wanted to. Oh, my hair is kind of blending into my black curtain here. Let me turn this on. But anyway, that's what I really wanted to share with you guys for this month. And by the way, for those of you who purchased my Flying Star Feng Shui and Astrology calendar, you will know that so this is really the monthly energy, right? For every page of my calendar, I actually show you the the monthly energy there. And you will also know that the year, so August 7th till September 6th is the year of the month of the monkey. Okay. So astrologically now, just going a little bit deeper. Um, Astrologically, the people born in the year of the monkey need to be careful, as well as people born in the year of the tiger also need to be careful, because tigers clash with the monkey. So if it is your clash animal signs month, then it's also a weaker month for you. Okay, so that's another heads up there. If you guys are thinking about doing any big or important stuff, I would hold it off till next a different month if possible. Okay, or you get my feng shui calendar and you learn how to do basic date selection. Um, that's, I mean, it's not make or break in terms of date selection, but at least it gives you that little bit of boost of success, especially if you need to do something important in a really bad month. At the very least, do a date selection, right? So that's all I wanted to share with you guys tonight with regards to my monthly, well, not my monthly forecast, but my August 2016 warning for you guys. Again, don't take it as a time to panic. Take this as a time to take action, because the month officially starts tomorrow. So start doing your placements tonight if possible. If not, do it tomorrow. Okay? If you have any comments, feel free to comment under the video. I will reply to them afterwards. If you like what I have shared with you, please click on the likes button, or feel free to share it with your other friends and family who could also get a lot of value from this, because especially if you know that they are facing northeast or southwest, I would really appreciate you sharing this video with them, and they might appreciate you sharing this with them as well. because you would be helping them prevent rather than, just uh, standing by and watching things happen. So anyway, have a very good night. Thanks so much for watching this video, and leave a comment or feedback and let me know how you guys like it. Take care.